Southeast Union under the Hawthorne Bridge.
From the Portland Sports Arena, this is Portland Wrestling. Brought to you in part by Marv Tonkin Ford, where you're number one. And by Tom Peterson's. Wake up time again at Tom Peterson's, 82nd and Southeast Foster Road. Well, a good Saturday evening once again. I'm Frank Bonomo. We've got a lot of action on the card. We have some bad news that we hope will be better the next time we hear. It is this. Hacksaw Sawyer, who is going to be involved in a tag team match, a big one, unable to be here. His mother seriously ill, had to undergo surgery, heart surgery, in Florida, St. Petersburg. So he has gone back on Friday. He had hoped to be back tonight, unable to do so. We hope the next time we see you, we'll be able to tell you that Hack's mother is mending very well, but we don't know that yet. He is not here tonight. We've some changes, but a lot of big things going on. We'll be right back. First, our good friend Laura Parker speaking from Marv Tonkin Ford.
Here's an announcement about automobile interest which only Marv Tonkin Ford could make. So listen, no financing in 1982, none, on any new car or truck in Marv Tonkin's huge inventory.
And I'd like to tell you all about this month's penthouse. But let's face it, it's not the kind of thing you can talk about to strangers.
Well, we're back, waiting for a lot of action. Steve Pardee is back in town. Fine young wrestler who got a start here in the Pacific Northwest and has gone on to carve out what a very promising career for himself. We'll be seeing Steve in action tonight. I expect that we will be.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The first event this evening will be one fall. Introducing in this corner, 260 pounds from California, Dizzy Hogan. His opponent in this corner, 220 pounds from Louisiana, Tommy Rogers. The referee for the first bout.
Repeating again. Luke Brown, the referee, repeating that Hack Sawyer is not here tonight. Now, we were expected to have a tag team match. Tag team belts were held up last week. If Hack is able to get back to town, then we will have Johnson, Rocky Johnson and Hacksaw together against Rose and Oliver for the titles. That will be next week. However, Chris Adams is saying, when I get my shot at Buddy Rose, Rose doing so much talking about he can whip anybody anytime, how about giving me a chance at him? Of course, the big one coming up is this week, the Tuesday match between Rose and Dr. D. Dr. D says, I tell you what, I will just stay out of the building. I'll take Saturday off. And I have not seen him around. Still never quite know what to expect between those two, Dr. D and Buddy Rose. Rose walking around like a young rooster tonight, saying something about just another chapter in his full of highlights athletic career. Says, now I've taken over a softball world, slow pitch, I believe, and we're going to find out more about that. He plays with the softball team. We've got him down here to the left if we ever get a shot, Larry Neat. They're in the fourth row to the left of camera one. In the back row toward the middle, I do believe. They're not in uniform, but we're going to find out more about that later. Dizzy Hogan brother of Hulk Hogan, who is gaining so much fame from his role in the movie Rocky III. Takedown by Hogan on Rogers. Big Tuesday card coming up. Tickets 289-4222. 289-4222. Or come out to the flea market tomorrow morning. Doors open about 8. Things start wrapping up around 3. Come to the concession stand. You can buy tickets for all upcoming cards, such as the one Tuesday night. Hogan back to work on the left arm of Tommy Rogers. Hogan from Venice, California. The site, you might guess, of Muscle Beach, Southern California. Tommy Rogers from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Reversal. Armbar. And he dropped in on the shoulder and another, but Tommy Rogers. But Hack Sawyer back in Florida because of illness in a family. The main event has been rescheduled, and this should be a dandy to pit Buddy Rose against Rocky Johnson in a singles match. I don't know if we'll have that on TV or not. If we don't, remember that you can find out what happens after television by tuning in Wrestling Wrap-Up. Very short capsule report of what's happened the night before. Tune in Sunday morning on KYXI Radio. It's 1520 on your AM dial, way up there at the right-hand side. With the takedown, Tommy T.R. Rogers. Tommy suffering quite a cut in a match against Dr. D down at Salem this past week. Still wearing a bandage over, I think he had 4 or 5 stitches in it. At least it looked like it would need that many when I saw it. Well, Hogan gets the body slam. Rogers kept the hold and came over the top with it. I can see a little bit of irony. Steve Pardee is up here. He's originally from the Bay Area of California, and after wrestling, I'll be heading down that way. Down to Fremont, to be exact. In between San Jose and Oakland. Little vacation. Pardee, Steve isn't going to start with any vacation tonight. He's got Rip Oliver in a match later on. So he's starting tough. Hogan, side headlock. There's the group. They're smiling, aren't they? That's the softball team along in there that Buddy Rose plays with. And they're here for some reason tonight. I don't know what. But knowing Rose, we'll find out before the night's over. Side headlock. Hogan saying, no, I did not hold her. I wouldn't do a thing like that. Arm drag slam for the escape up with the wing lock. And this time, it is Hogan that was complaining about hair pulling. Big Luke Brown out of Elkton, Maryland said, no way. No way. Elbow smash, back of the head. A Hogan hammer. Laying it in. Right arm with the black pad on it, black band. He says he needs it. He's had a elbow injury in the past, and it pops out on him. So he needs that little bit of brace there. It is just rubber. Whoa! Suplex, and he really slammed him with it. Hogan covers with a body press, 2, and kicked out of it. Now Hogan is losing. I've seen him lose more than 3 or 4 matches at least by getting a little cocky and just sort of laying on the guy with that body press, not hooking a leg. He gets to where he thinks he's got the man put away easily. Whoa, karate thumb thrown in there, very obvious to the camera. You folks at home saw it clearly. It was hidden from the referee, however. A lot of mail, and most of it about Buddy Rose and intense dislike. Harry Simatel of Oregon City dropped a saline. So did Richard Sawyer out of Roseburg, Oregon. I've been reading them so far. No great glory words for Rose. Well, Harlan Simatel. He doesn't like blood. Well, he not only doesn't have many good words for Buddy Rose, he hasn't got much nice to say about me either. At least he spelled my name right. Well, Harlan, better get cable and watch Canadian Football League. Tommy Rogers, elbow smash, whip across the ring, and a drop kick. Caught him to the side of the head. Covers with a body press, hook the outside leg. But he's close enough to get his feet on the ropes. Following this bout, remember that we're running down the towns where wrestling is. Billy Goat butt to the midsection, dropped Rogers. And it's a big week for our fans to the north. Up in Washington, you've got a lot of super action in the next 7 days. So you folks especially, be ready to jot down that we're coming your way. And up in Washington, we call it big-time wrestling, but it's the National Wrestling Association. All the stars you see on TV. Body slam by Hogan on Rogers. The hammer to the back of the head, the Hogan hammer. Little posing. There's the full Nelson. Rogers in trouble. Rogers in a whole heap of trouble. The strong man from Venice, California, puts on the full Nelson, and Rogers is going to have to give it up. Winning it with a full Nelson. A rather dizzy Hogan, the brother of Hogan. Okay, we're going to get the board on the camera here in just a moment. I want to remind you again that in Washington, it's big-time wrestling. We call it Portland wrestling here throughout Oregon. Wherever you see it, you know all the stars that are on there, and everybody you see on TV at all of these cards. So be sure and see wrestling. See it live when you get the opportunity. And they tour throughout the Pacific Northwest so that everybody gets a chance. Right now, we're going to take a look at where wrestling is coming up. Over in Eastern Oregon along the Gorge. We'll get a shot here in just a moment. Tomorrow, the Roundup City. I'm going to get started. Pendleton, Oregon. The Roundup City, a big card there tomorrow in Pendleton.
Store your buyer for $179 because it's only for wrestling fans, only tomorrow.
And thank you very much, Tom, and we want to thank Tom for showing the interest in wrestling to come on out here and see us in person. Also joining us in person to talk a little bit about wrestling, the Dutchman, Dutch Savage.
Yes, tomorrow we're in Pendleton at the Armory, and Pendleton matches start at 7 p.m. Rose and Schultz, the big bout over there. Monday night, Tacoma, Washington. The people in Tacoma know what's going on there. Tuesday night we got this big special here in Portland. Wednesday night, we're up in Seattle. There's a chain match up there. Thursday night, Salem. Supercard, Mr. Barr has planned down there. Friday night, Eugene. Saturday night, back in Portland. The following Saturday up in Tenino, Washington. But I want to reiterate, we're in Pendleton tomorrow and Tacoma Monday. And I want to take this opportunity to thank Tom Peterson for the thrill of my life tonight. I saw him driving in here, one of the prettiest sports cars I think I ever saw in my life. And I asked him, is that any way for a Christian Yak driving a $10,000 car in here? And he just smiled at me and handed me an air conditioner. Anyway, I want to say goodnight to my lovely wife, Willa, all my friends over in Orchard, Washington, and you people, go to church.
Thank you, Dutch Savage. That Salem card, incidentally, will be for the titler, having a big thing going on there. We're going to be back with more wrestling in a moment. Right now, we're going to hear from Laura from Marv.
Well, Marv Tonkin Ford is taking great...
Are here. The season is short, so buy several pounds. Wash and freeze for year-round enjoyment.
We're back. One of the weirdest things I've ever had happen. I just asked my daughter Kelly to go get my pen, and when I got a little moment here between matches, I'm going through the mail that I get, and I'll be darned if I didn't open one and find a Portland Wrestling pin inside. Thank you. From a wrestling fan, that's all. A Steve Regal fan. They want to bring back Cupcake. Well, thank you very much. I don't know how you knew a few days ago when you mailed a letter that I need a pen tonight, but I appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next event will be one fall. Introducing in this corner, 246 pounds from Mississippi, Mike Miller. His opponent in this corner at 238 pounds from London, England, Chris Adams.
Chris Adams, British heavyweight champion. Luke Brown used to be a wrestler. He worked here a few years back for a short period of time. Worked in the East mainly, known as Big Boy. Luke Big Boy Brown likes to spend, he's from, as we said, Elkton, Maryland. Likes to spend some time on the West Coast during the summer, and when he does some refereeing for the promotion here in Washington, as well as Oregon. Mike Miller, and the man with the double quick super kick. Chris Adams uses his feet in the kicking fashion better than anybody I've ever seen. We're on the ropes. And a little anger there as they break. Second match of the evening underway. Shot to the ribs on the break by Miller. Mike Miller, who makes his home in York, Tennessee. Top wrist lock. Told you earlier, and we got a shot of him. Buddy Rose's team. And I'll tell you, they come as a great disappointment to me. I heard their name of the team was Sassy Chassis. You can imagine what I was looking for and expecting. And I'll say that bunch of beer drinkers is a disappointment. Well, maybe it's a girls' team. You never know about Rose. Snap there. And headlock from behind. Mike Miller. Miller with the headlock from behind, working it on Adams. Adams, the one asking for a shot at Buddy Rose. Said, I've beaten just about everybody I've wrestled here in the Northwest. I've proved my ability. When do I get a shot at the top men? Either a championship match or better still, Rose. Give me Buddy Rose. Well, he may get a shot a week from tonight. All depends if Hack Sawyer is back in town or not. Hack, if you tuned in late, Hack Sawyer had to return to St. Petersburg, Florida, his home. His mother had to undergo a heart surgery, and we certainly hope from the many thousands of miles away that she is lots better. If you happen to be one who's into prayer, you might say one for Hack's mother. Miller taken into the near neutral corner, whipped out to the far neutral corner. If Hacksaw is back, he and Rocky Johnson will go against Rose and Oliver, if there's anything left of Rose after Tuesday night in that bloodbath match that he's going to have against Dr. D. Tuesday night. Did I say Tuesday? I meant Tuesday. But the tag belts are held up. They were held up last week. So we still don't have tag team champions right now. Mike Miller. Shot to the midsection now. He's caught in the side headlock. Throwing Adams off. Back and forth. Miller diving underneath it. Catches him to the midsection. Elbow drop. Working to the small of the back. And double arm bar. Definite submission hold. Miller working on the back of Chris Adams. Adams holding out against it. Face down in the mat, trying to figure out an escape. Versus to the face lock now. Miller with a face lock. Adams able to get up against it, and Miller looked to be losing it, so dropped the hold and goes back to doing some punishing. And a fellow fixes up things around my apartment that's got a great name, and he says he watches once in a while, and I'm curious, so I'm going to say hello. And if this isn't the greatest name right out of Hogan's Heroes you ever heard. Hot Schnabel. Oh, almost a pin. We'll see if Hans is looking in tonight or not. Miller. Looks like he might have popped karate in there on Adams. Chris Adams taking most of the punishment so far in this match. Miller, big man, and just keeps coming at you. Still looking for experience. He has not been around ring wars a long time. But the potential there, because he keeps at it. Mike Miller. Into the ropes. Thrown off. Once again. There's the kick. The super kick. Nails Miller and puts him to the mat. Here comes another. Now you're starting to get the idea when the kick might be coming. I'll tell you, for the longest time, I could not anticipate those kicks from sitting up here even. Here's one. So you can imagine what it's like in the ring. The foot is in your face before you have any idea what's happening when you're in against Adams. Adams going to go for a suplex. Has him up. Puts him down. Covers with a body press. No, he does not. He's going to go out and climb up on the turnbuckles. Miller is not down. And that is a mistake that's going to cost Chris Adams dearly. Elbow, base of the neck. Four minutes left in the match, and Adams in a lot of trouble. Not hooking the leg. Miller. Tell you, back to basics sometimes for some of these young wrestlers. I think they've got that pin made. Diving underneath. Catches him on his shoulder. Backdrop. Shoulder throw, backdrop by Chris Adams. Is he looking for a kick? Yes, he is. And oh, that one snapped up here. He caught him right under the chin with it. Body slam. Whoa. Leg drop. Right across the face. And once again, it's Miller on the mat. And he's saying, come and get me. Flying body press. Nails him. Flying body press. Wins it for Chris Adams. Flying body press. Wins it and wins it big. We've got a lot more wrestling to go. I just want to say once again that it really is appreciated when the sponsor is really interested enough in wrestling to get himself out here himself, taking Saturday night like Tom Peterson is doing and coming out to talk to you folks. And when he gives you those special buys. Tom, thank you very much for being with us. Tom's going to duck out. We're going to call Buddy Rose. This can't be your fan club because you don't have that many. We're going to move the cameras around a little bit, and then you'll see what we got.
These bunch of guys right here are my friends. This is my softball team, Sassy Chassis, and this man right here is my idol on the team, Greg Cusick. And we've been playing softball the last few weekends, and we've been winning a lot of tournaments. And last weekend, I met this guy for the first time, and he was jacking him over the fence, and I said, hey, Playboy Buddy Rose isn't going to be outdone. So we tied with 5 home runs each over that right field fence. He's a lefty, too. And we won the championship, and we're number 1, right, Cusick? That's right.
You know, Frank,
I heard that Buddy played a little hockey with the Winter Hawks, and he's a scratch bowler. And I'll tell you what, I've seen him play a little softball this weekend. And I'd like to invite Buddy to come out and play on my semi-pro baseball team. I'd like him to try out on my baseball team. Are you serious? Now, he plays semi-pro ball, almost went all the way. If you give me a chance, if I make it, what do I get? Sky's the limit, buddy. Anything you want. All right, you heard it right there. Now I'm going to be trying out for a Major League Baseball team. What's it going to be next? George Steinbrenner will probably get home and we'll talk over money, because you know when it comes to...
I'm the George Steinbrenner of the Sassy Chassis.
Okay.
Got a couple awards to present to Buddy Rose. First of all, the Sassy Chassis All-Star Trophy for the select 1 of 10 best players in the whole tournament.
What, last weekend?
Last weekend at a Clackamas Community Park. Number 2, symbolifies the most valuable player in the whole tournament. Playboy Buddy Rose, for everything he did for that team. He took us from nowhere to something. Hey!
Okay, hey, you saw it right there. Sassy Chassis, the #1 softball team in softball. Anybody out there will challenge any team, any radio station, any TV station. If you think you can defeat the Playboy and his softball team, come on and bring out the challenge. I am #1 in tag team and wrestling. I am #1 in wrestling. I am #1 in everything I do, and that includes you, Dr. Schultz, Dr. Dave Schultz. Nobody will stop the Playboy at whatever I do. When it comes to hockey, softball, wrestling, are we #1? Look at these awards. These awards are for hitting home runs and making the team win the big ones. And thanks to you, Cusick, I watched this guy right here, man, the semi-pro, right? My idol on the team. But right now, we're both tied for the batting lead, and we're going to fight it out to the end. I'm going to beat you. Now, listen, I am. I'm telling you right now.
Well,
Listen to that. Hold it. I hope Dr. Schultz is listening. Buddy, #1. Sassy Chassis, that's #1. Rip Oliver and I are #1. I'm #1 all the way, and you people, I just stuck it down where it counts. Here's the proof right here. #1 all the way. Let's go and win it again.
well, that's certainly the largest interview that I've ever had. Whew. Buddy Rose doing it again. You know what no, I won't say anything. Laurel Parker from Marv Tonkin Ford.
I've great news for you. It's a major breakthrough in new car interest rates. No financing in 1982 on any new car or truck in Marv Tonkin Ford's entire stock. For example, this new 1982 Ford Escort will cost you only $75 a month this year because Marv Tonkin Ford pays the finance cost.
STP shine means protection.
We're back once again waiting for the TV main event to come out. Now we talked a little bit about Steve Pardee having his work cut out for him tonight. He's going to be on our TV main event. Sandy Barr returning as the referee, taking over from Luke Brown.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next event be the best 2 out of 3 falls are to a TV time limit. Introducing in this corner, 244 pounds from Florida, Rip Oliver. His opponent in this corner, 238 pounds from San Francisco, Steve Pardee. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, that next Tuesday night, we're going to have a showdown battle between Dave Schultz and Playboy Buddy Rose. And the reason why we're putting this on Tuesday night is there's no TV, as this is not the kind of a match that we should put on TV, because it's going to be mean, rough, and bloody, I'll tell you.
One thing about that team Buddy plays with, those guys got to learn to relax. They got to learn to relax and have a good time. They're just out here, they're too tense. Buddy Rose I wish the director wouldn't talk to me. Oh, Larry Neat, out in the bus, making comments that can't go on the air. Well, I guess that one good, couldn't it? He said they did kind of come across as being rather tight. And I don't know what he meant by that. Tense. Oh, tense, you said. Oh, okay. Steve Pardee. There's a lot of talk about a lot of things that might be happening in the next few months. And they are at such a rumor stage that I don't want to say just exactly what they are right now. But I'll tell you, there's going to be a lot of bopping and a weaving going on beyond what we've already got. Such as Dr. D and Buddy Rose. They meet for the first time in Portland Tuesday night. In the ring, they meet for the first time in a match. They've been in the ring, out of the ring. Harlan Simmental, I believe it was, who dropped the letter, sent me the letter, says they seem to enjoy. I seemed to enjoy talking about Bourne and Rose in the parking lot. Not necessarily, but it happens. We don't like to see it happen. It's part of the sport of pro wrestling, and I'm going to talk about it. That's happening here with Dr. D and Rose. People at home want to know, what kind of rivalry is it? They a lot of times think these things are put on. I tell you, you see those two guys. If you ever see them within 50 feet of each other, you'll know it's for real because they'll be heading right for each other. Or at least one will be headed after the other. Steve Pardee and against Rip Oliver. First fall in a best 2 out of 3 falls. Whoa! Pardee kicking off, and then the arm drag slam after he got caught by Oliver pretty good. Pardee working on it. Pardee, a protege of Red Bastine. A lot of you people will remember the wild redhead. Andy Bars, there's no pulling of the hair. You pull his hair, I'm going to pull yours. And Oliver nearly catching a count of 3. Guess I'm going to try to get the opportunity to have to go out and see Buddy Rose play a little softball. I do remember Jimmy Snooker one time, and I don't remember the park anymore. It's in northeast Portland. But it was a regular fast-pitch softball park with a scoreboard in center field. Snooker hit it over there. There was an old-timer sitting in the stands, said that he came over there every day and watched nearly every game that was ever played there for years and years and years and never saw the ball hit out of the park in that particular place. The Snooker hit slow pitch ball, mush ball, I guess they call it some places, as hard as I've ever seen. Rose was talking about hitting 5 of them out. Like he said earlier, he had 13 hits in the game. Have to check it out. Armbar Steve Pardee working it on Rip Oliver. Thrown off flying tackle. Oliver goes down. Dives underneath Pardee. Over the top of the victory roll. 1. And he's kicked off. Arm drag slam. Pardee right back at it. Up for the wing lock. Steve Pardee. Working pretty good on Rip Oliver. Frank Bonema calling the action for you. Glad to have you with us here in Channel 12. We're in the main event action. After we go off TV, this then means that Rocky Johnson will be meeting Buddy Rose. And we'll give you a report on that one on KYXI Radio at 8:18, 9:18, 10:18. Tomorrow morning. You want to listen to Wrestling Wrap-Up. Pardee with the armbar. Oliver trying to get up. He's up on his feet against it, but he doesn't have any balance of any kind, and he's taken back down. Pardee with the hold. Oliver goes to the hair. Sandy Barr catches him. Stomp to the left arm. To the wing lock. Working the wing lock, Steve Pardee on Oliver. The whip, watch out. Good move by Oliver, but he made a little too good a move. Slipped up high. Going for the hammerlock after a good takedown. Pardee's up with the hammerlock, going to tie it up. Back he goes with it. Got the scissored hammerlock. Working the hammerlock on the mat. Steve Pardee. Reverse hammerlock being worked by Pardee on Oliver. Back to taping that thumb. Just noticed it now. He did not tape it for a while. The promoters were on him. I understand about it. He was never ordered not to tape it. He's back to having it taped again. to the ribs of Pardee by Oliver. Oliver, the only remaining member of the Army outside of the general himself, Buddy Rose. Using that taped thumb again, digging it into the ribs. Oliver and Ed Wiskowski, to my best memory, the only two members of the Army that never did have a difference in split from Buddy Rose. To the midsection on Pardee, covered with a body press. Oliver hooks the leg, but does not have him hurt enough to put him away. Side headlock, taking him on the ropes. The whip, Pardee. Moves to the side, wraps him up with a cradle. 1, 2, 3. Steve Pardee with a good move. Off the ropes. Inside cradle, small package. Steve Pardee. Once again, it's time to take a look at the towns where wrestling is. And this time, when we look, I'm going to, you'll be looking at the towns that are coming up this coming week, and then I'm going to verbally go on to the next week. So we'll go through them rather quick, but I want to cover towns a couple weeks away so that you might have time to make your plans. So if we are ready to visually show you, there you are. Pendleton tomorrow, Tacoma on Monday. A big super card here in Portland Tuesday, Seattle Wednesday. A big one for the title in Salem at Thursday at the Grand Theater. Next Friday in Eugene. Remember, that one's at the Ag Building. Portland next Saturday again, Tenino a week from tomorrow, a week from Monday, Seaside, Oregon, a week from Wednesday, Medford. So Seaside and Medford, you're coming up in week after next. Keep that one in mind. We'll be right back. Here's words from Marv Tonkin Ford.
A couple of weeks back, I tried making a little joke about the Marv Tonkin store where we offer all our budget used cars. I called it Ford Stark instead of Fort Stark. I guess it turned out to be a mighty little joke because that weekend, most of you wrestling fans who lined up to snatch up the bargain cars went first to our main store at 122nd and Halsey. So I've been asked to emphasize that all used cars on tonight's wrestling show are at 12345 Southeast Stark. You'll need to hurry to get in on these. This is a 1964 Buick Wildcat 4-door hardtop. It's got full power and air conditioning. It was offered at $750, even at the Fort Stark discount price. But tomorrow, you snap it up for just $395 full price. How about this V8 Galaxy XL with all the goodies, including bucket seats and air? We asked only $890 for it until tonight. Say you saw it on Wrestling and it's yours for just $395. Or if you prefer a station wagon, how about the 68 Dodge Coronet with automatic power steering and radio? We cut it in half to offer it for $800. How about another half price cut tonight? There you are. You drive it off tomorrow for $395. Here's a great gas saver. This is a 1972 Toyota Corolla 4-door, 4-cylinder, 4-speed, which we priced at $995 as a great bargain, but it didn't sell. So tomorrow you say the magic word wrestling, and it's yours for $595. I tell you, remember, 12345 Southeast Stark. Don't miss out. I've great news for you. It's a major breakthrough in new car interest rates. No financing in 1982 on any new car or truck in...
And I'd like to tell you all about this month's penthouse. But let's face it, it's not the kind of thing you can talk about to strangers.
For those who haven't heard yet, Hacksaw Sawyer has had to go back to Florida. His mother was taken ill and surgery. She had surgery yesterday, so Rocky Johnson's without his partner. The belts held up, and I guess for another week they're going to have to be, huh?
We didn't lose the belts. They just held up. But unfortunately, I talked to Hack. His mother is sick, and he had to fly back. I believe she had open heart surgery. So I told him, don't worry. I would talk to the promotion here and see if we could prolong it for another week. So we're going to try and go next week. I just hope everything is fine, that Hack gets back here in time and gets his head together, because Hack and myself, we worked out hard and a long time to get these belts, Frank, and we just don't want to let them slide. I don't want anybody to think that Hack's a coward, that Hack's running, that Hack's getting down, that Hack's doing this. Hack had to go back to Florida because his mother is ill. But we will be back, and we will go after them titles right here next week.
Now, from Tokyo to Madison Square Garden to the Cow Palace, you've seen all the big ones. Tuesday night, Buddy Rose and Dr. D. What do you think of that one?
Let me give you my opinion. Like you said, Frank, you name it, I'll claim it. I've been around the world once and some places twice. But Tuesday night, what it is, you got two wild animals sitting on that fence, two big cats. And when it's all over, there's only going to be one left. Me, it makes me no difference who it is, because I'll just get a piece of the other one. You know, the winner, I want. I don't want the loser, don't get me wrong, because I want to go after the winner. So all I'm going to say is I'm going to be here Tuesday night after my match. I'm going to take a shower, and I'm going to go get me a ringside seat, Frank, and catch the action.
That's Rocky Johnson. Thanks a lot for coming up, Rock. We're going to be right back. We'll pause, and we're going to hear from Tom Peterson once again. Some great buys, so wake up and listen.
Wake up! Wake up! Hey, wake up! Wake up!
He's doing it again.
You bet we're doing it again with the best price of the year on a video recorder. Only $398. As advertised on the back page of TV Click this week, you save $101, plus free membership in Tom.
It's Benny Hill, weeknights at 11 on KPTV 12, Portland.
Frank Zanetti Jr., in my mind, the best contract painter in all of Oregon, brings you what's happening at Rose City Speedway tomorrow, and it's something kind of different. Besides the regular stock car races that you see on Sunday afternoon, the amateurs, those cruisers out at 82nd Street, they're going to be time trials for the amateur racers. Then they'll go against each other one-on-one, and eventual winner will get $500. So it's super excitement with the regular stock car races, the amateurs, those dragsters, tomorrow at Rose City Speedway. Tomorrow afternoon, gates open at noon. Steve Pardee winning the first fall over Rip Oliver. Oliver claiming that his trunks were tugged. Coming up, Dr. D and Buddy Rose, and I'm just not sorry that I'll be on vacation, because I've been looking forward to vacation for a year. I'm sorry that this particular match comes up while I'm gone. Tuesday night, tickets available. 289-4222 is the number to call. And that is Sunday or Tuesday. Don't call the number Monday. Well, you can call it if you want to waste your time, but nobody's going to be answering. Sunday and Tuesday, 289-4222, the number to call. Or, of course, the way I suggest, come out to the flea market tomorrow, right here at the Sports Arena. You go to the concession stand, and you can buy tickets. It's about the biggest regular flea market, I think, in the Northwest, too, if you're interested in that. About 300 garage sales under one roof. Steve Pardee against Rip Oliver. Body lock, probably better known as the bear hug. Applied by Rip Oliver. Oh, taking Pardee hard into the turnbuckles. He's got the hold again. And hard into the turnbuckles once more. Pardee got an inside cradle small package, making the move off the ropes. Difficult move to get the first fall. with the hold on Pardee. Sandy Barr, the referee, looking on. Pardee finds a way out of the hold, at least for the moment. Whoa, through the ropes. Coming off the edge of the apron. Once again, we'll remind you that it's angle iron that forms the edge. It's a ledge, sort of makes a ledge where they believe they're 2x10s that make up the floor of the ring. So when you hit the edge of that apron, what you're hitting is metal. Uh-oh, Oliver threatening to throw in at the referee. This match would be over in a hurry because I know he'd DQ him, and it wouldn't make any difference if it was match or fall DQ. Because Oliver's down one fall already. He's around outside the ring. Slamming Pardee. And again, it's metal angle iron, making the edge of the apron. Shot to the midsection. Once again, the bear hug. Oliver on Pardee. Steve Pardee returning to the Northwest. Late summer, early fall. Oh, I tell you, there are some things in the works. Among them, one we've been talking about, and that is the possibility in the very near future of Hulk Hogan coming to the Northwest. 6'7", 325 pounds. Did very well in an appearance on the Johnny Carson show, and he is, of course, become more well-known than he ever was as a result of his appearance playing a pro wrestler of all things in Rocky III. Pardee, again the small package. We may have two straight. He's able to kick out of it this time. Back to the bear hug. Rip Oliver, a veteran of pro wrestling. You will see him make very few mistakes. And you'll see him wrestle smart, which he's doing right now. He's got the man hurt with the bear hug to the small of the back, and that's what he's going to work on. Body slam, one. Nope, that's all. Oh, knee to the base of the neck. Hard into the turnbuckle. Thought it was going to bring the turnbuckle loose, but it didn't. Belly goat butt to the midsection, puts Oliver down. We're in second fall action. The first fall won by Pardee. to the midsection, unloads with the right hand, and again, Pardee working on Oliver on the ropes. The referee, Sandy Barr, is going to have to DQ him here pretty soon. Keeps ignoring. Whoa! Flying elbow smash to the point of the chin. The whip and shoulder throw backdrop on Oliver. Pardee covering him, but not very well. You're not going to pin Oliver by putting your hands on his shoulders. Oliver getting out of the way. Pardee drops, misses the drop kick. His back's already hurting. Oliver, backbreaker. I would say this one's all even. It'll fall apiece. The backbreaker, his partner Buddy Rose's favorite move, instead of the shoulder breaker, which he usually uses. The backbreaker loosens up Pardee enough for the pin, and this one is all even. It'll fall apiece. Well, once again, the fella who helps pay our bills and makes it possible to bring you wrestling for 15 years out here with us tonight. So let's hear about another great buy from Tom Peterson right here from the Sports Arena. Tom, take it away.
Here's a great wrestling special right here. 12-inch color television.
AMPM and get a 32-ouncer.
Filled yet?
Nope.
Oh.
32 ounces of Pepsi or any other available soft drink for just 39 cents.
Now?
Not yet.
Oh.
AMPM's 32-ouncer. So big, it's a good thing AMPM's open 24 hours a day.
Billy, wake me up when it's filled.
British heavyweight champion. Don't even have to use the name. They know who I'm talking about. Chris Adams, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, Frank. I've got a few things to say. The first thing is this. I'm just very, very thankful for everybody, the way that they've given me such fantastic support. I've only been here a short time, and they really, really have given me all their support. So in return, I haven't got one with me now to show everybody, but I want to give everybody a free photograph. I'm going to carry around about 20 or 30 at every place that I go. So everybody who's watching out there, come up to me and say, I saw you speak on the TV. You offered these free photographs. Will you please give me one? And if there's any left, I'll be only too pleased to give these photographs out as my thanks to everybody out there. The second thing is, there's a lot of sorting out to be done out here, Frank, and mainly with people such as, we all know, Rose, Schultz, Hogan, and Rip Oliver. Now, I'd like to challenge all of these guys. I'm not scared of anybody. I've seen the style. I've seen how they work. I've seen how they shout. Everybody shouts. Why did everybody shout on the TV? You know, anyway, I've seen these guys talk, and I've seen them fight. Mainly, I've seen them fight with their mouths. So I want to see what these people can do in the ring. So that's my challenge to all of those guys out there who talk about how good they are.
I do, and I don't know why they shout either. We got good microphones. But I have seen that it's a group of photos, actually. It's a real nice card that Chris has. So those of you who see him, remember, about the first 20 people, first 20 fans that come up are going to get those wherever he wrestles. Chris, thanks a lot for coming up. Chris Adams, and that's kind of, I think, you know, that's kind of giving it back. He enjoys the success that he's had in professional wrestling, and he's sort of trying to give it back by handing out the pictures, and it's a real nice, he's had a thing made up where he's in a Spanish costume in one place, forget some of the other, but it's a real neat little souvenir. I tell you, you'd pay $1 for it, $1.50 most places, and you can get it directly from young Chris. So be sure and ask him. We're talking about the ring a little bit earlier, too, and how it was made. Hey, and you, I was going to say, too, get out early to a wrestling match sometimes. If you get there early enough, you can see put up the ring. Kind of interesting. Down at Eugene, remember this week, they're at the Agricultural Building. And the number to call for reservations in Eugene, 345-9717. 345-9717. And finally, we want to mention about Tom Peterson, that he puts on those wrestling special buys, and that's a way to find out an indication of how you fans are doing. How many of you are actually coming into the store? So if you needed any of the things, the air conditioner, the special TV buy that he's had, tomorrow's the day to go in, because you know how to save yourself some extra money. And I tell you, it gives Tom an idea, too, of how great you wrestling fans are and how many of them there are of you. So go out tomorrow for those wrestling specials, one day only, and only if you know it was on TV. Well, we're a fall apiece in our TV main event. Quick Draw McGraw is sitting out in the truck, saying, let's get the action going. Larry Neat doing our directing. I know Chuck Heil is out there. Chuck's been on camera for years. They're going to miss him. He hides out in the truck now. Oliver, taking a little bit of punishment to the arm, decides to get out of there. Well, R&R, rest and recuperation. Well, Dr. D not here tonight. He says, I'll be ready when Monday comes, Tuesday comes. Buddy Rose and Dr. D head on this week. Elbow smash. And on the shoulder, Steve Pardee. Hammerlock. Hammerlock being worked by Pardee on Oliver. Stomp to the back of the arm. Pardee back to the hammerlock again. We're down to 3 minutes left in the wrestling match. It's all even at a fall apiece. Left arm of Rip Oliver being worked on by Steve Pardee. Pardee's learned a few of the tricks of the Army, and he's using them back on Oliver. Sandy Barr trying to break it up, and now Pardee, can't tell if he's tied up. No, he was just leaning or back against the ropes. I thought he might have been tied up in him there for a moment. Karate thumb thrown in. The bell called for. Oliver just cost himself quite possibly the difference between the winning and losing share of the purse. Sandy Barr making a dive, looked up and caught Oliver throwing a thumb, and until just now, Oliver didn't know that he'd been caught. Oliver and Sandy Barr kind of eyeing each other. Sandy Barr dove through the air, landed, looked up, and saw that taped right thumb of Rip Oliver's being thrown up to the throat of Steve Pardee. So Pardee returns to the Northwest in a winning fashion, even though he won it by disqualification. Sandy Barr over there face-to-face with Oliver now, telling him this match is over. You have lost it. You have been DQ'd, and I don't want to hear any more about it. Steve Pardee winning it on a disqualification against Rip Oliver. The young man started here in the Northwest. He got his beginning here in the Pacific Northwest. And I tell you, he looks very good. He comes back into the Northwest on a TV main event, in this case against Rip Oliver. We do want to remind you, we'll be going off the air here shortly after our closing interview, and Dr. D is not scheduled in the card. We're going to be talking to Buddy Rose. I will not guarantee that Dr. D is lurking somewhere in the building. That's been known to happen before. But after that, Buddy Rose takes on Rocky Johnson. The tag team match that was expected tonight couldn't be held because Hack Sawyer had to go back home because of illness in the family. They hope to hold it next Saturday night. So Rose and Johnson, you can find out how that came out by listening to KYXI Radio tomorrow morning for Wrestling Wrap-Up at 8:18, 9:18, or 10:18. In a moment, we'll be talking to the Army. We'll return. Right now, though, we're going to hear from Tom Peterson. Rip Oliver, Buddy Rose, the Army.
All right, we've got an announcement to make. I've got surprises up my sleeve like you wouldn't believe. And the surprise we got now is this, and it's a promise. Tuesday night, after 8 weeks of jealousy of Dr. Schultz wanting to be the #1 man like Playboy Buddy Rose, after 8 weeks since I've been back from Japan and Hawaii, we are going to meet in that squared circle 3 days from now. Now, Dr. D, when we get in that ring, we're going to let it all go, and we're going to let it go on Tuesday night because Don Owens said, because of what happened with Bourne and I on television and the complaints, that you and I are going to get it on Tuesday, so there's no complaints and anything can happen there, brother, and there will be a fight on your hands. And it's going to be Playboy Buddy Rose doing it by himself. Now, what do I mean by himself? I have made a contract out with Don Owens, and Oliver signed it, and the contract states, if Oliver comes out whatsoever in that match, Schultz wins automatically. I have made a deal with Rip Oliver. Let me handle this all by myself. Schultz has got nobody on his side, nobody to help him, nobody that likes him, nobody that wants to help him. I don't care if you people want to help him or not. I'll tell you one thing. I told Oliver I could do it all by myself, and he promises not to interfere, and if you do, hey, I'll even leave the Northwest. I know we can do it.
All the people here in the Northwest knows I would not interfere in one of your matches anyway.
It's on the contract.
But this is a contract. I signed it, and I don't have anything with Dr. D. I think Buddy can take care of his own self, and I'll stay out of it. You do your own, I'll do my own.
That's right. We'll stay a team, but I'm going to fight him by myself Tuesday nights. After 8 weeks, Schultz, you and I are going to finally meet, and we'll find out who is #1, who is the toughest, and baby, it's me, #1. It's been your pleasure, Frank Bonham, as Dr. D would say. I'm saying it because you'll never hear him say it again. You're just hearing Buddy Rose for the first and last time. You'll never see Schultz again.
We're out of time. So long, everybody. From the Portland Sports Arena, this has been Portland Wrestling.